At 9:29 a.m. tomorrow, the value of your money will quietly change, not because you spent any of it, not because you earned more. It will change because a few invisible decisions were already made while you were asleep. There was no vote, no public announcement, no ceremony. It was just a number, blinking on a screen somewhere, that says, "This is what money is worth today." That should probably bother you a little, because money feels solid, heavy, and trustworthy. It's in your wallet, your bank app, your paycheck. But every morning, before you even check your phone, its value has already been renegotiated. So, who actually decides that? And why do we all just go along with it? This question matters more than ever, because we're living in a world where prices feel completely unanchored. The cost of groceries jumps, rent jumps, interest rates jump. And everyone, in their own way, is asking the same question: what is money actually worth anymore? To answer that, we need to look at a strange daily ritual that powers the entire global economy. It's a ritual with no king, no single mastermind, and no central switch labeled money value. And yet, it works. Most of the time, picture this. It's 4 a.m. in New York. London is already wide awake. Tokyo is just wrapping up its day. All around the world, traders are staring at screens filled with currencies, bonds, and interest rates. Nothing dramatic is happening. There are no sirens, no breaking news alerts. But trades are being made, quietly, relentlessly. And those trades are setting the price of money. Not the price of stocks, not the price of Bitcoin, the price of money itself. When you strip it all away, money is just a promise. A promise that you can exchange it later for real stuff. Food, labor, land, time. What that promise is worth depends on two things: how much money exists and how badly people want to hold it today versus tomorrow. Every single morning, the world answers that question all over again. Let's start with the most misunderstood player: the government. Most people think governments decide what money is worth. After all, they print it, stamp faces on it, and declare it legal tender. That feels powerful. And it's not nothing, but it's not the final word. Governments create money. Central banks manage it, but markets price it. That difference is everything. The real daily decision-making process starts with interest rates. Not the headline rate you hear about on the news, but the tiny, boring, and brutally important rates that operate in the background. Things like overnight lending rates, repo rates, and treasury yields. These are the prices for borrowing money for very short periods of time. One night, 1 week, a few months, and every single morning. Trillions of dollars are lent and borrowed at these rates. Banks lend to other banks. Funds lend to banks. Governments borrow from everyone. No one involved is asking philosophical questions. They're asking practical ones. Do I want cash today, or do I want a promise of more cash tomorrow? If cash is scarce, its price, the interest rate, goes up. If holding cash feels risky, its price goes down. That's the first layer of the decision. Then comes the foreign exchange market. This is where money gets compared to other money. Dollars versus euros, yen versus pounds. It happens quietly, brutally, 24 hours a day. This market doesn't care about patriotism or national slogans. It cares about return, safety, and credibility. If investors believe a country will protect the value of its currency, they buy it. If they don't, they sell it. Sometimes slowly, sometimes all at once. That constant buying and selling sets exchange rates, and exchange rates are just relative judgments. The question isn't, is this money good? But is it better than the alternatives? Money is always competing. Now, let's add bonds into the picture. Government bonds are promises to pay you money at a later date. When investors buy bonds, they're essentially saying, "I trust this money enough to lock it away for a while." When they sell bonds, they're saying the opposite. When bond prices fall, their yields rise. That isn't just finance jargon. That's the market charging the government more rent to borrow money. The higher the yield, the more expensive it is to borrow. And the more expensive money becomes, the more valuable it is, at least on paper. Every morning, bond markets reopen. Prices adjust, and suddenly, money is a little tighter or a little looser than it was the day before. No press conference required. And then there's the most uncomfortable part of all this: expectations. Money is priced not just on what is happening right now, but on what people think will happen in the future. Inflation expectations, growth expectations, political stability, wars, elections, pandemics, even tweets. If enough people believe money will be worth less tomorrow, they will act on that belief today. They'll spend it, hedge against its decline, or just dump their cash. That behavior, by itself, makes money worth less today. It's a feedback loop powered entirely by belief. Central banks know this all too well. It's why they speak so carefully. It's why every single word is analyzed by the markets. Why a single sentence can move trillions of dollars. They don't just change interest rates. They try to manage our expectations about money's future value. Sometimes they succeed. And sometimes, the market politely ignores them. So that's the hidden mechanism. Money isn't priced by a decree from on high. It's priced by millions of small, individual decisions, all made under uncertainty, stitched together by markets that never, ever sleep. Here's the great irony in all of this. We talk about money as if it's an objective tool, like a ruler, like a scale, but it's not. It's actually closer to a massive group chat where everyone is constantly guessing what everyone else is thinking. Now, contrast that reality with the hype you often hear. You'll be told that central banks are in control, that high inflation is just transitory, that a strong economy automatically means strong money. Sometimes, those things are true, but other times, it's just wishful thinking amplified by a microphone. In reality, control is shared, fragile, and conditional. A central bank can raise interest rates, but it can't force confidence. A government can borrow huge sums, but it can't force trust. A currency can be globally dominant, until one day, it isn't. History is filled with moments where people woke up one morning and discovered their money was suddenly worth a lot less. It rarely happened because of one single decision. It happened because belief shifted. The math didn't change overnight. The stories we told ourselves about the math did. When you zoom out, this gets even bigger. When money's value shifts, it silently redistributes power and wealth. Savers lose purchasing power. Borrowers gain an advantage as their debt becomes cheaper to repay. Wages lag behind rising prices. Asset values jump. Inequality widens quietly, mechanically. There's no single villain to point to, and no single hero. It's just math meeting human behavior on a global scale. The entire system is built on one critical assumption: that tomorrow will feel close enough to today that we all keep playing along, that we all keep trusting the promise. For now, that assumption is holding. So tomorrow morning, when the value of your money quietly updates itself once again, remember this: it wasn't decided in one room, it wasn't voted on, it wasn't announced, it just emerged. From countless trades, from deeply held fears, from fragile trust, from simmering doubt, and from people like you, indirectly, choosing whether to hold, spend, lend, or run. Which leads to one final, uncomfortable question. If money is only worth what we collectively believe it's worth each morning, what happens on the morning we all stop believing in the same thing? Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, consider subscribing for more deep dives into how our world really works. See you next time.